What's up, guys? Welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick, as always. Tonight we're going to take a look at Second Fiddle Double IPA from Fiddlehead Brewing Company out of Shelburne, Vermont. This beer I have been trying to review for a very long time, and every time I try to get it, I just miss it, or for whatever reason I can't get my hands on it. But I finally got a 4-pack of this recently on my way back from Vermont. I made a trade with somebody literally on the road and met them somewhere and just got it in the nick of time. And so this is from the batch that was done at the beginning of July. This was canned on July 2nd and released there shortly after. So today is the 29th of July. I'm just getting this review in before the month is over. I did not want to go a month on this beer, so I'm just under that for freshness sake. It's been kept cold the whole time, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, guys, Second Fiddle is a beer that has just blown up in Vermont. It's definitely harder to get than Heady Topper is now because it's released, pretty infrequently. It's pretty much whenever the brewery wants to announce a can sale at the brewery, and then it's just, madness. People waiting in line for hours and sells out, immediately and all that stuff. So that's why it's so hard to get. But it is supposedly a world-class double IPA. I have had it on draft and festivals a couple times, but never just packaged in the can. So this will be a very, very fun tasting for me personally. Here's the stats on this beer, guys. It is dry hopped for over a month with 3 pounds per barrel of Citra and Simcoe hops. Just let that sink in for a second. This is an absolute beast of a double IPA, and it comes in at 8.2%. So it's a little bit stronger than Heady Topper, but it's pretty much right in that wheelhouse, 8%-ish, of the big boy double IPAs that are out there. So yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get into the Second Fiddle. It's been out of the fridge now for about 25 minutes, and it is definitely ready to go. So let's check out the Second Fiddle. All right, look at this beer, guys. Wow. It is one of the most beautiful double IPAs I've ever seen. Right out of the gate, as soon as I poured it, I'm like, holy shit, this looks incredible. 2-finger head, lots of big bubbles on this one, some tight small bubbles towards the bottom of the head, but just looks like a really big kind of fluffy whipped cream head. Very, very nice stuff, guys. Just looks really great. Up to the light. Wow, this is one of the darkest double IPAs I can remember. It is so dense, it is so dark, burnt orange, just totally deep, dark orange, and almost looks like it's black towards the middle and sort of like this more of a honey golden, brighter orange on around the sides of the glass. But yeah, wow, this thing is deep and dark and mysterious. And away from the light, it just looks like a very, very dark burnt orange color. Bordering on an amber tone, honestly, but really looks amazing. And I can tell you right now, as soon as I popped the can open and poured it in the glass, the aroma is just flooding out at me. So guys, let's get an aroma on this Second Fiddle. Oh, that is just ridiculous. Seriously, making my mouth water already. Wow. It's like sugary sweet, like sugar-coated candied fruits, candied orange, candied pineapple. Really like intense, pungent, sweet citrus, sweet tropical fruity hops. Oh, wow, it's just like, it's sugar-coated everything, like pine, sap, resin, like just a grapefruit peel, orange peel, sugar-coated. Everything smells sweet and juicy, but it's all very like intense. Wow. It smells like a tropical fruit juice bomb, hop bomb, citrus bomb. Ooh, I'm starting to get that dankness now after a few smells. Definitely picking up that pungent, sort of earthy dankness in the back end of this. It's definitely still a little cold, but it's a pretty good temperature. It's going to warm up here real quick, guys. This thing is just mouth-watering. Oh, Let's get a sip, guys. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. Wow. That needs to happen again right now. So intensely hopped. As I said, they dry hop this thing for over a month with 3 pounds per barrel of Citra and Simcoe, and you can taste it. Wow. Huge flooding blast of juicy, piney, citrusy, just hop saturated kind of punch right up front. Middle of the mouth, the sweetness comes through, more of the hops, and then after you swallow, it's just hops for days. It's seriously hops for days. You can taste, it's almost like chewing on the hops after you swallow. It dries out pretty nicely. It leaves a mild amount of bitterness, but mainly you're just tasting the hops, the residual hop flavor on your tongue. Incredible. As it layers up, there's definitely sort of a back end of a pungent, very, very dank, piney, resinous flavor. Again, like chewing on the hops though, it's like hop matter. I really, really appreciate the restrained bitterness in this because it's so intensely hopped and I'm not tasting a whole lot of like just that kind of offensive bitterness. It's just very, very light and just honestly just biting hop flavor on your tongue. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, as it warms up, I mean, I'm just smelling more of that dankness, more of that pungent hop character to it, very grassy, earthy, herbal. And then it's got super heavy citrus tropical fruit notes as well to kind of balance it out. So it has everything going on. The sweetness in this is so well balanced too. It just really adds that wonderful element to make this beer extremely drinkable. For 8% alcohol, 8.2% alcohol, can't taste it. Can't taste it one bit. Can't smell it. I mean, it's completely hidden. I will say this though, the only thing that might be even making this beer drink easier is that the mouthfeel isn't the hugest. It's got sort of a medium to higher side of low mouthfeel. This isn't a super rich, creamy, velvety kind of beer. It's got a more drinkable mouthfeel to it. A little bit lighter. It's not your, heavy like Treehouse creamy, like drinking Treehouse Green or something like that. Or even Heady Topper. I mean, that's a better comparison because it's double IPA, but it's not like drinking Heady Topper where it's like super thick and creamy. But in some ways it makes this easier to drink because I find drinking something like Heady Toppers, you can't drink that beer too fast. It's just kind of almost over the top. But this one is just so well balanced. It's amazing. Yeah, and did I mention, guys, how hazy this is? I mean, it's completely hazy. I don't even think I said that in the appearance, but you can't see through this beer at all. It's just beautiful looking. I mean, you guys can see the color. It's gorgeous. One of the darker toned double IPAs I've had, but classic hazy New England style hoppy beer. Man, this thing is so hopped. It almost reaches towards a West Coast style IPA because of how well hopped it is, but it has that juicy, like sort of sweetness to it. It definitely has that sugar coated dried fruit thing going on. It definitely has like fresh squeezed orange juice, some pineapple juice, mango, but it really brings the dankness in pretty heavily too. It's very, very interesting. Almost tastes like it has honey in it, which I know I said about Heady Topper as well. I don't know if that's from the malts that they're using. I don't know what malts they're using in this, but it's got a great, just a touch of malt balance to this, and that sort of lends a honey flavor to it to kind of match up with those sweet flavors. Wow. Well, guys, this is incredible. I'm going to sip on it for another few minutes and get back to you with my final thoughts and rating, but I mean, it's what I expected. I expected this thing to just blow my mind, and it absolutely is. I'll be back in just a couple minutes, guys. Alright guys, so for the second Fiddle Double IPA from Fiddlehead, this beer is fucking phenomenal. As a double IPA that is a limited release, very, very sought after, they've obviously got the recipe down, they're happy with everything, and it really deserves to be sought after. It deserves the hype. This beer is amazing. I find the more I think about it, what makes this beer work so much is really the combination of Citra and Simcoe. It just it's pretty awesome, because Citra is just that over the top tropical, juicy, citrusy, just like juice, flavors and aromas. And then throwing something like Simcoe in there and doing like 50-50 with those two hops, and Simcoe is like super grassy and dank and pungent. It just makes for such a fun beer. It makes for such a great balance, especially when it's done right, and this one's done to perfection, because they really are perfectly balanced. You're getting all those juicy notes from the Citra, you're getting the dank notes from the Simcoe in full aggression there. Just smelling the beer, you can tell it's like perfectly balanced. Like the sweetness, both of the hops, the malts. It's just, you could smell this beer forever. That's how good it is. It's honestly like between a West Coast double IPA and an East Coast double IPA. It really has both elements of it, and it's really a special, unique double IPA. And I think that's why people go so crazy over it, because it's just one of those double IPAs that you have to have. It's one of the very few that are like, we need to go out and get this, we need to go to the release, that kind of beer. And this is definitely deserving of that. So guys, on BeerAdvocate right now, this has a 97 overall. And after having this way in this can, and this is almost a month old, it's fucking phenomenal. I would definitely go higher than 97. I think I'm going to go real high on this one. I think I'm going to go 99 minus. Yeah, I'm going to go 99 minus. I'm going to do the Darwin drop. This beer deserves it. But yeah, it deserves to be broken down that way, because, I could go all different directions with this, but I think 99 minus is really kind of, right where I want it to be. It's absolutely world class. It's up there in some of my favorite double IPAs I've had. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think of the second Fiddle if you've had this beer before. As I said, it's hard to get, so I don't know how many of you have had it. They've done quite a few releases of this in the cans now. So maybe some of you have had to get to try this, and you can let me know what you think. They also do another double IPA that's really hard to get as well, called Mastermind. And that one is I believe it's an all Galaxy hop double IPA. So, yeah, I've had that one before. I actually shot a review for it a long time ago, before Fiddlehead was blowing up and being popular. So maybe I'll post that review for you guys to see, the Mastermind double IPA. But that one was really, really good now. And they do that one in cans as well now for special releases. So anyways, guys, I'm rambling on as usual. So 99 minus from me for the Fiddlehead second Fiddle. Really just an amazing beer. Alright, I gotta get out of here so I can smell this and drink this some more. So thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next beer review, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.